This episode title is The Wrong Way to Put Out a Fire. Oh, Todoroki.
The perfect match for a man of your status. A top-tier pro
Old
needs
school
a
arranged marriage.
She was a woman made of ice. Marriage.
See, this is where you're going to learn because, okay, we already know what they're going to tell us in this episode, right? We know that Endeavor planned out this marriage because he wanted to get a kid that combined his powers with ice powers so that they could overcome his weakness of overheating. But we also know that despite how he treated his kids and despite how he treated his wife, he did care about her. So this was an arranged marriage, but at some point he eventually did start caring about her. It's just basically his drive was just so strong that he became abusive. And most of it was abuse towards the kids. Don't get me wrong. I think probably the only time we have confirmed that he abused his wife was after she burned Todoroki. So, Shoto Todoroki. I have to remember that they're all named Todoroki. So, yeah, I wonder though how much of that, because at the end, she's being harsh on him now, but she still seems to care about him a little bit. She kept the flowers that he gives her. She didn't completely shut him out, but also she felt trapped enough in the marriage that she had a psychotic break and burned her son. You know what I mean? So clearly, there's a lot of, this is a complex relationship. You know what I mean?
But I surpass All Might.
Did you think
family was once prestigious?
Here's another thing. Did he think All Might would be around forever? People get old, people die, people retire. All Might's only been around for not even a full hero generation. Yeah, he's older in anime terms, but did you think your kid was going to be born, get trained, grow up, and get better than All Might? Wouldn't that be meaningless by that point? By that point, All Might would be well past his prime. He'd be at retirement age. I don't know. NG did not think this through, really.
She accepted my intentions and became my wife for the sake of her family.
Well, it's prestige and money for her too, right? There's a lot of stuff going on here.
Do you like the... Are you... okay?
In what world would I be?
Wow.
That's why I've come here. Who overlooked our child.
Wow, she blames herself too? I don't know if that's fair to her. I may not think it's fair to her, but maybe we'll see. Maybe they'll tell us that story here.
To watch him break. NG.
He is broken.
For Yumi, not Bishan Wave.
Oh, and he's bleeding from his eyeballs.
He's physically built to tolerate freezing temperatures far better than heat.
Oh, snap.
And in terms of...
So this is the other side of quirk inheritance. When you have a quirk, your body has more than just the power associated with it, right? It's just like any other superhero story. The Flash has to be super durable because a regular human can't tolerate the acceleration and the G-forces. So there's extra physical components that go with the power. So, he's just inherited it the wrong way. So this is why Dobby burns himself up. It's not only, I thought it was just that his flame quirk is that much better than Endeavor's and that he uses it recklessly, unlike Endeavor who backs off when he's overheating. But actually it's more than that. It's that his body isn't cut out for it to begin with. I wonder how often that becomes a problem. Probably only in cases like this where someone's deliberately trying to make a kid with powerful quirks. But we have talked about this multiple times, the quirk singularity, right? If powers mix certain ways, maybe half the kids out there just are really frail because their power doesn't match their body.
Designer.
Powerful than mine. You should have been the best. How did this happen?
You're being punished for trying to play God.
As long as we have this.
That I know my body better than anyone.
Yeah, but why didn't they just explain it to him?
I agree with that. I don't fire under me, Dad.
Yeah, because he's already, you know what I mean? Like, Endeavor's already been training him hard and, like, putting this idea in his head that he has to be better. And now he didn't do the work to basically unprogram his son from how he programmed him. And it's all going to end in tragedy.
Can't beat All Might.
Oh, did they not tell him on purpose? Oof, that's a big mistake. And she knew about this goal, and like, she just kept, I guess she thought that was what was expected of her. And they drifted more and more apart. Yeah. So at one point, she was fully on board. And then
Wrong, Dad. I can't be the next.
he got consumed with training Shoto. That's when it all went downhill more. You know, he finally had the kid who he thought could do it, and he was desperate, and he just trained him super hard, started ignoring all his other kids, started ignoring his wife, and that's when she started to resent him as well. When his goal became his obsession, and he just stopped caring about the rest of his family completely.
Next number one. Just keep your eyes on me.
And his hair gets whiter and whiter.
Damn it! When will you?
It's like for me, but you do. You showed me being the best.
Oh, man.
Toya, no, you have
You
to cool
pushed
off.
me to want this, Dad. But me.
His sister has ice powers. They could have been like a team, like a tag team. But, you know, you've messed up your kids psychologically already.
Shoto isn't allowed anywhere near the other children.
Yeah.
I have work. I can't watch him all.
Wow.
You don't let Toya out of your.
Him.
And this is what happened.
I only know the word him.
So that's it.
Yeah.
You're running away.
It isn't just that he got killed, they thought. It's all of the, like, the neglect beforehand.
Yours. Got it. Are you hurt?
Yes, this is the scene.
Ignore them, Shoto. They
This
live in
scene
different
we saw from a
worlds.
different angle, and that's the first time I knew that there was a Todoroki kid that they weren't talking about.
Like they're having fun together. You know,
And Shoto got isolated.
I had the wrong idea back then.
Toya, tell me, do you really want to become a hero?
She asked that same question to
'Cause
Shoto.
from what I see,
She was trying to not make the mistake with Shoto that she made with him.
you have countless
No, Grandma and Grandpa were poor. That's why they sold you, right? You had no
Whoa.
choice in what your life would be like. Son, blame for this too.
Wow, what?
Toya.
That's messed up.
Things go my way.
Happy tears just like the ones he's crying now.
Your
The
next
bloody
thing,
tears.
Gotta come to Sokoto Peak. After all these years, you'll be happy to have me as your son.
Oh, wow. And it's that he,
I asked you to do one thing. Just stop
Yeah.
from training.
I won't let
and
you
that's
be
that.
because of
See,
me. Stop it! You're being
just when I was warming up to Endeavor and feeling bad for him, it actually shows us what he was going. Because this is how I envisioned his family was like, but we'd never got confirmation except for that one event. But this is how I always assumed he was, and now I'm like, I was feeling bad for him, and I'm like, no, you deserve what's happened to you, dude.
Get out of here, Shoto.
The show's playing with my emotions,
Shut up, Mom. You
and that's
don't know anything.
she already resented him, and now
Options were limited when I was younger. Best. He wouldn't listen.
He's your problem now. You deal with this.
mhm.
Be of use for once.
Wow,
What do you see when you
she started resenting those eyes,
look at me?
and she just broke. He broke her.
I was taken to a facility.
Do not cry.
She wasn't
Go to
there.
Sokoto Peak like he asked.
That
I
hurts.
was afraid if I did, giving everything up that day. But after After I killed Toya, I couldn't
No.
go back. The only thing I knew how to focus on.
Because it wasn't just that day, right? It was everything that led to that day. This is sin piled up on top of sin. Like, if he had gone that day, maybe it would have delayed things, but he's already put his son on that path.
Able to knock some sense into Toya before he ran off to the mountain, he wouldn't have turned into Dobby.
Heart may be broken, but
Yeah, but that's a lot to put on kids. It wasn't their responsibility.
No choice but to fight Dobby one day. Shoto must have suffered so much more.
They're basically saying it's okay to kill him. Like, put him down.
Right to hate me.
That I would have to face Dobby myself.
Wow.
That's not the case, though.
He was prepared to take that on.
So whenever you're done crying,
Man,
you and I will work to stop Toya together.
whenever you're done crying, we'll work to stop him together. Man, Shoto is so strong. Like, he's obviously strong with his quirk because he was designed that way. But also, like, psychologically, he is so resilient. Like, of all the characters in the show, of the student characters, I don't think any of them have displayed the type of mental fortitude he has. Like, after the first season's tournament arc, he's really been he's taken everything that comes at him and, like, surpassed it. He's been really strong here. Like, he's putting a lot on his shoulders and he's not flinching.
Seriously, please stop, man.
Oh, because Dobby almost killed
answers about Dobby.
him. Yeah, both of them, really.
Market denim.
No, that was me.
Yikes. Yeah, you get all these details and their family sounds really messed up from the outside.
Even though he has every right to hate me.
Broken into. At least 10,000 prisoners have been released into the wild.
That's so many.
Mayhem and panic. A form of rescue teams and heroes from other countries.
Other countries' heroes.
Commission in shambles.
I want to see that. I have said this a couple of times, that I want to see how Hero Society functions in other countries. We got a little glimpse at the United States with All Might's early career, but I do want to see, like, some heroes from other countries, how they handle it, do things differently.
Everything's gone.
Especially how their government handles it.
Yep. We propose a little team up between the top 3 heroes.
They're the top 3 now.
Once. This will be another tricky runway to walk, but
And they're basically the only ones left.
Look at who's
Just till we stop Toya.
Yeah. Like, he has messed up, but it doesn't change the fact that he is the number 1 and he's got to do this.
First, we explain.
Because nobody else knows about. None of the top heroes know about it.
Can you not shout when we're trying to grieve?
Thank you for the
Sue had to tie him up. Poor Sue.
With that boy. Hey guys.
They're like, it's amazing how riotous this guy is.
Go home now.
Are they one for all?
Is Deku, like, inside the power right now?
You. Right now.
He is in there. I thought he wasn't showing up in the flashbacks because, like, he's still alive, but there is a piece of him in there. This is confirmation. And it's weird that he can sense it too. Come on. Don't end the episode. God. Alright, next episode we'll get to see, though. Yeah. I mean, the Todoroki family is probably, like, as far as I'm concerned, one of the true, like, masterpieces of this show. Because it's very rare for an anime to portray such complicated relationships, right? The show has always excelled at showing, like, really really genuine friendship situations, which is something I also liked about Steins Gate. But to portray, like, an abuse situation like the Todorokis so realistically, where all of the family's interactions, you know, because it's easy, just like in real life, it's easy to say, like, well, why didn't they leave him? Or why did she not take the kids and leave? But it's not that easy, especially if you actually do care about that person. You know, it's hard to separate your feelings until an inciting incident, you know, where all of that frustration and resentment comes out, like happened with her And it's just unfortunate that it happened, you know, um, that Shoto bore the brunt of that, you know. Yeah, very rare. Happy to see it though. Well, not happy to see the situation, but happy to see the show handle it in a way that kind of makes sense. And to be like, yeah, this stuff is messy, this stuff is complicated. It's not a very cut and dry situation when you have interpersonal relationships like that.